I was born in Port Pirie on the 6th of February 1940 at the Port Pirie Hospital. I have 7 brothers and 2 sisters. Starting from the top, I had my brother Bert, Billy, Keith, Robbie, Dennis, Doreen, Gordon, myself, and Ronnie and Marlene. They're all deceased except one, my sister Doreen. I also have 8 grandchildren, but because of the distance between them, we don't see them that often, but we try and do it as much as we can. Everyone was happy. We all had to work together, and we all had our chores to do, of course, and it was a very, very happy childhood in my family. My mum and dad, well, they were very, very happy-go-lucky, musical-minded, and involved us kids in everything, and brought us up in a lovely home. They were very, very loving and caring. I went to the Port Pirie Primary School, or Port Pirie West Primary School, and at the age of 5. I wasn't a very pleasant young lad. I didn't want to go to school, and I found ways of trying not to go to school, but most of my life at the school there, I was taken away because I had to go with my father out wood chopping to help bring money into the home. But very good at arithmetic, and I enjoyed once a week we used to have to go to woodwork. I liked my woodwork at school. I was pretty handy at that. Well, I did play cricket, but I was a little bit serious and they didn't like that, so I was sort of asked to leave. Yeah, the school was good, many friends there, but bit of a lad, I think. My first job actually started when I was 9. I was going to school, but because of our parents being poor and such a large family, I had to go out and do a milk round, work on a milk round, leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning. And because it's so small, I couldn't carry a billy can, so I had to race into the houses, pick up the billy, come back out, get the milk, run back into the place. So I really actually started my work and career, I guess, at the age of 9. I continued working there with a milk round until my mother passed away back in '54, and at that time all the family was together, and but when she passed away the whole family just dispersed. They all went their own way, and I left home at the age of 14 and went away to a rodeo circus where I spent about 6 months travelling with them. And then I met a man by the name of Mike O'Malley, a country singer, who came up to me and said to me that I'd never ever get anywhere at a circus, and he gave me a 5 bob to catch a bus to go back to Pirie on the promise that I'd make good with my life and I'd never have to pay it back. So I'd done that. I come back to Port Pirie and I got a job at a fruit and veg place by the name of Silver Sharp and Bishop, and that was delivering fruit and veg around Pirie. I come back to my delivery this day, and I had my boss standing there, and he said to me, we're going to transfer you up to Port Augusta. What do you think of that? And I said, well, I don't know. I don't want to go. Well, he said, we'll put it this way. I just had the sergeant over here from the police. He said, if they don't transfer me up to Port Augusta, they're going to run me out of town. It was a little bit wild. So anyway, I very smartly took the option and went up to Port Augusta. When I turned 18, I went into a national service. It was compulsory in those days. Then went in 1960 to the Port Augusta Power Station, where I worked there. And I married Brenda in 1960. I had 3 children. We had Debbie, Raymond and Michael. Went through various departments and finished up, was a border operator and yard gang and security, and finished up with all that. And I left there back in 1981, where I transferred up. I got a job in Adelaide at the IWF building in Gawler Place, where I was a caretaker of security of the building, and was there for about 2 years. And my then wife and I moved over to Stansbury and run a little motel, which was our introduction to moteliers. And I stayed there a couple of years, and then eventually come over to Victor Harbour to run the Colonial Motor Inn. So we run that. And then 1990, we come over to Goolwa and took over the Goolwa Central Motel from 1990 to 99. And then from there, just kept going, running motels. I was at the Apollo Motor Inn in Victor Harbour, and I met Ruth in 2004, 5. And we had so much in common right from the word go. And she was a very quiet lady, and she had to tame me a little bit, I guess. I was going to say belly dancer, but I better not. No, it's not that at all. I've never ever had an argument. We're just inseparable. Just so much. I rely on her so much. The biggest thrill I had, and it still is when I went to 90.1 Happy FM. Music's always been my life.
He's been there whenever, as a group or an individual, we've needed him. He's directly responsible for a great relationship, friendship with Lino Ferraro from the Goolwa Shopping Centre, hence the outcome of our outside broadcast booth there is all tribute to this young fella here.
I like watching sport and whatever, but music and being on air is my hobby. Him being country and myself being country, we had that contact and we just clicked. Every week since Johnny Max lost his wife, I always ring Johnny. Well, the song was a country song that was very, very good artist, good tune, lively tune. And I come on to the version, "Oh, This Ain't Your Town No More," and I thought, oh, that's fair enough. So we kept going and got 3/4 way through it, and thought, that's great. So on the Friday night, on the program, I decided to play it because it's so lively and fitted into what I was doing. So anyhow, I let it go on, it was playing. But then in the very last verse, this came on and said, "This ain't your f***ing town no more." And Jesus Christ, I ripped that off real quick. So that was my lesson to that one. I think the biggest achievement I've had is when I was being presented and being an honorary member of the Grenadiers in London. I'd like to be remembered just as a fair person and honest, and that's it.